All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Strength Classroom. Today I'm going to talk about 5 exercises that you must do in order to make progress. Today I'm diving into a topic that's definitely going to be a little bit polarizing. Now, whenever someone says, here are 7 exercises you must do, or here's 9 exercises, or 2 exercises, or fill in the blank with whatever number you want, that's all bullshit. So there's no exercise that you have to do. It all depends on personal goals. So many people say you have to squat, or if you're not deadlifting, what's the point of working out? So it's everywhere in the fitness world. People say, oh, if you're not bench pressing, how are you going to grow your chest? There's no such thing as a mandatory exercise, and that's just the God honest truth. Fitness isn't about following someone else's path. It's not about copying other people who you want to look like. It's not copying their routines. It's all finding what works for you. It's all understanding what your goals are and what tools that you are using to help apply that to your goals. So what determines the correct exercise for you? So the best exercises for you are going to depend on so many factors. Your personal goals. So do you want to build strength? Are you trying to lose fat? Are you training for a sport? Maybe what your body type is. Maybe not everyone's not built to do a high bar back squat no matter how much you try and fix your mobility. Maybe a low bar squat is better for you. Maybe a front squat, maybe a Zercher squat is the type of squat you want to do. Or maybe you don't want to squat period right now. Maybe you need to focus on being stronger on one leg. Maybe instead of doing heavy barbell squats, you do heavy barbell lunges to help strengthen your body unilaterally, or heavy split squats. And I can go on and on. I could do this with every motor pattern, and I could do this with every muscle group, but I think you get the point. Your fitness level. If someone is a complete beginner, you're not going to tell, maybe it's their second week in the gym. You're not going to tell them to do a front rack split squat. You're just not. They're not going to have the coordination down. They're not going to be able to use any amount of meaningful weight to actually allow the exercise to give them even partial benefits. And then preferences. Let's be honest. If someone hates an exercise, they're not going to do it. Now, there's a difference between hating an exercise because you feel you get nothing from it and hating an exercise because it's hard. The exercises that we dislike are most likely the ones that are going to give us the most progress. But you have to understand, do you not want to do this because it's hard and you don't have the energy and the willpower for it because you just got to suck it up? Or do you just not like it because you feel like you're just doing it to do it? And I feel that way with many exercises that are popular. And I feel like everyone has their own little group of exercise where it feels like they're the only one that dislikes it and everyone else does. I'm going to go into the 5 exercises that you hear all the time that you need to do. And the problem that I have when people say you need to do an exercise, to me, I feel most people are going to misinterpret that as these exercises have to be in your routine year round and they can never leave. They have to be staples in your routine, and that is incorrect. So number 1, squats. Squats are a fantastic exercise for building lower body strength, but if your mobility or structure doesn't support them, you can do a squat variation. So while I agree that barbell back squats don't have to be in your routine all the time, you do need to have some sort of squat variation. That's where I'll draw the line. You don't always have to have the bar on your back, and it doesn't have to always be a free squat or it can be a pause squat, it can be a box squat, you can squat off pins, you can do so many different variations, but you should be doing squat variations in your routine. Then there are deadlifts, and when you really break it down, what is a deadlift? It's almost like a leg press off the floor, and then you hinge from there. Deadlifts build total body strength, but to be honest, because the bar starts from the same spot, if you're using a 45-pound plate, like the distance between your hands and your shoulders and the bar and your hips, just your body in general, it's going to be different for everyone depending on height, limb lengths, etc., etc. So if the barbell deadlift is not suitable for you, you can do rack pulls, you can do block pulls, you can widen your stance and do sumo, you can widen your grip and do like a snatch grip variation, you can do Romanian deadlifts, you can do trap bar deadlifts. They're all different types of variations. But a deadlift, just like a squat, and all those squat variations are considered, well, squats, a deadlift is essentially a hip hinge variation. So as long as you're doing some form of heavy hip hinging, you'll be fine. It doesn't have to be a deadlift right off the floor. Then there's bench presses. So bench presses can be, it's a horizontal push. You push the bar away from your body in like a horizontal plane. And if you don't want to bench, you don't have to. You could do weighted dips, you could do incline presses, you could do floor presses, you can do heavy dumbbell presses. As long as you're doing some sort of heavy presses, you'll be fine. That's just point blank, period. You just have to do some sort of push. And something I failed to mention before during the bench press is you can press vertically too if you want. So overhead pressing. Then there is pull-ups and rows. So pull-ups are vertical pulls, rows are horizontal pulls, and then there's different angles in between. So as long as you're doing some sort of pull towards your body, that's good. Whether it's a pull-up, a chin-up, a lat pull-down, assisted lat pull-down, ring pull-ups. Then let's go to the rows. You could do inverted rows, barbell rows, dumbbell rows, T-bar rows. So many different variations. As long as you are doing a healthy amount of pulling, your back will grow. So let's look at it this way. You got a heavy push with your legs, so that'd be squat variations. Then heavy hinges for your legs and posterior chain, that'll be deadlift variations. Then you have heavy pushes and heavy pulls for your upper body. Then assistance work and accessory work and bodybuilding work, that's completely up to you how you want to handle that, depending once again on your goals. If you're an athlete, you're not going to spend so much time on that stuff, just trying to shore up weak points to prevent injury. If you're a bodybuilder, you're definitely going to want to emphasize on that and have a good amount of volume. And if you're a power lifter, you're definitely going to be addressing those areas depending on what muscle groups are weak that are preventing your total from going up. So here's the big takeaway. There's no exercises that you 100% need to do. It's going to vary from person to person depending on their own individual goals. It all comes down to what aligns with you, what feels good for your body, and what helps keep you consistent. That is the magic formula for success. And then just stay consistent and adjust those exercises and variations as needed. So that's all there is. Conclusion of the video, there are no must-do exercises. All you have to do is pick a bunch of exercises that help with your goals, put a lot of effort, slowly add weight, reps, be consistent, and you will hit your goals. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great day.